This is where the Golf R started to make AC Evo click for me. It's the kind of car that should hide a lot from you, especially how planted it is. So I turned every assist off and took it to the Nords. It's a modern car with all-wheel drive, DSG, and tons of grip. But with the assists off, it started telling me a lot more than I expected. The last time I drove Evo, the 240Z was the first car that really gave the sim some soul for me. It was an old rear-wheel drive H-pattern car with road tires. It moved around in a simple but mechanical way that was easy to understand. The Golf R is basically the opposite of that. It's a modern and heavier all-wheel drive car using paddle shifters and way more controlled. So I'm not looking for the same feeling here. I'm trying to figure out if Evo can make a modern grip car feel readable. That's why I brought it to the Nords. This track doesn't really let a car hide, and with traction control off, I'm not letting the electronics clean everything up for me. I really wanted to feel what Evo was doing underneath it all. What tripped me out is that the Golf R still feels glued, but that doesn't mean it's invincible. If I overdrive the entry, the front starts washing wide, and that actually makes sense. This isn't a car that wants to rotate like the 240Z, and most of the time, I'm just managing the front tires, trying not to ask too much when the car's loaded. But the important part is that I can feel it happening before it becomes a guess. The car isn't just gripping or not gripping. There's a little space in between where I can feel the limit building. And this is where Evo for me is actually starting to feel better. The all-wheel drive also changes how I'm thinking about approaching corner exit. In the 240Z, I'm always aware of the rear moving around, but the Golf feels more like it wants me to be clean first, then use the throttle to pull the car out. If I'm calm, it hooks up, but if I get greedy too early, it doesn't magically fix the corner. I still have to be aware where the front tires are pointing and how much load is already in the car. So I had this thought that's pretty wild to think about. A few years ago, I would have looked at this as just another sim car on another track. But now with evolving sim tech, direct drive wheelbases, and many sim titles being developed, this can turn out to be a pretty big ecosystem where, with the right setup, people can actually test drive cars at speed before walking into a dealership. And of course, it could never replace driving the real car, and I'd never pretend a sim can fully actually recreate what the real car feels like at speed, but more so as a way to understand how a car behaves before ever risking it in real life, which could potentially make sense for a lot of people. That's why I think AC Evo is starting to click. The 240Z made Evo feel alive because it was loose, simple, and mechanical. The Golf R is modern, planted, and way more controlled. But for once, those differences are starting to feel intentional instead of just feeling like different car models sitting on top of the same physics. If Evo can make an old car feel old, and a modern car feel modern, then the sim is moving in the right direction, which is the part I care about most of this title. So for the rest of this run, I'm just gonna let the Golf do its thing and let it marinate. Watch how it behaves when I'm clean versus when I start sending it too much. It's not the most emotional car in Evo, and it doesn't have the same soul as a 240Z. But with everything turned off on a track like the Nords, it finally made modern grip driving in Evo feel connected. Enjoy the ride, and I'll catch you on the next run. Peace.